crafting items. And I'm going to try to make a Mardi Gras wreath. I've been trying to get it together for a long time and put these items to use. I'm going to wing it as I go. Most of the items came from Dollar Tree or Michael's or Hobby Lobby during off season or after Christmas, and I collected most of the items through the years and just keep them in my stash. This is actually a little hula hoop from Dollar Tree that's bent a little bit. The grandchildren played with it. And so I'm going to use that to make a wreath because I want it to be large, larger than the form. And again, I'm just going to try to go through and use some of the things I have. This is a pool noodle from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to split it down the middle and wrap this hula hoop, and then I have to use a portion of the other one. It's a beautiful day here in Tennessee for February. Can't ask for a better day. So I don't think that that's going to matter too much that this is bent. I'm just trying to use up things that I already have instead of buying more. So I'm just going to feed that around here. It'll give me something to stick the picks and the silk flowers and the little decorations into. And yeah, you can even tell that it was bent. And I'll do that for the next piece as well. Measure that little section and then just cut it and add to it. I just measured a piece and cut it to fill in this gap. And you can use duct tape to secure it. I just happen to have some green. You could use gray if you didn't have green. So for this, we're just, again, already duct tape this side. And if that bothers you when you're making your wreath out of a hula hoop, the noise, you can undo it and reattach it to get the little balls or beads out of the center of the hula hoop. We're just pulling this together. I'm not even gluing it. I'm just gonna use this to hold it together, and it doesn't have to be pretty. I'm trying to do it while I'm holding it, so see, it works just fine, and it helps you keep it rounded. I had a lot of extra tulle, and instead of having a wire form, I'm just going to wrap the styrofoam noodle to give it a little more plumpness. So you've got it completely wrapped, or use greenery or something that you want to use to make it a little more substantial. I just had this and I'm just going to use it. I think it makes it fun. Just kind of gathering it up. It'll give me a base to use. So I use have pipe cleaners everywhere in every color. You can get those at Dollar Tree or any crafting place. And I use that instead of glue to just wrap around this area here. So I'll use a over the door hanger, and the pipe cleaner will help. We have some strong winds, so it'll help hold that onto the hook a little better and give me a little firmer hold. The next thing I was trying to figure out, so I got this piece. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. I got it at Home Goods. It was on sale for $18, and it had been $40 some odd dollars, and it was missing a piece right here, a decorative piece. And I have lots of jewelry making things and items that I've saved through the years, and this actually was a magnet, but it wasn't strong enough to hold through the mask. It's made out of a pretty hefty plastic, and I thought it was perfect for Mardi Gras. But fleur-de-lis being really popular in New Orleans, and I'm from Gulfport, so Mississippi, and know a lot about going to the Mardi Gras parades and so forth. And so I decided that I would just use this. It was perfect. I didn't have to paint it or change it. I'm just simply going to hot glue that on and use, like I said, a lot of the items that I have already. I'm not even sure what I had gotten this for, but hot glue, it'll be used for this now, and it'll be perfect. I think it really makes it look pretty. Get that centered up, and that'll be my centerpiece at the top, and I'll probably just tilt it down and work around that as my decorative piece to really set it off. It's already got, obviously it was to be used for Mardi Gras and actually be worn, I suppose. So I won't damage it. I'm going to just leave it intact like it is and just use the string or the ribbons that it came with. It says it was originally made in Italy. I don't know if you could look that up and see. It has a telephone number if you were able to find that. I really like that. But again, I found it. I just happened to be in Home Goods and it was on sale, and it's been a long time ago, and I just saved it in my box of Mardi Gras items that I wanted to do something with whenever I got around to it, and I'm gonna do that right now. All right, I have a lot of plastic beads, little picks and different things that I've saved, and glittery. These were from, I believe, obviously Christmas, yep. And I got those, I believe, at either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to use some of those. I know that Dollar Tree also has, I've bought those there too. These look a little beat up. But I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to start laying things in as I see fit. I have a plastic tub full of, these were poinsettias. They didn't look Christmassy to me. They look Mardi Gras, and so I'm going to use those on here. I don't know. I think I only got three of those. So I'll just start filling in with what I have, and we'll see how it goes. I think those are pretty, and they scream Mardi Gras to me. Got lots of blingy stuff, so I'm gonna start laying it in, and I'll catch back up with you in a minute. One of the things I wanted to mention, you can get these at Walmart. They're wire cutters, and you can get them at Harbor Freight. I think these came from Harbor Freight, and they are great when you're cutting through wire or taking off tags even. But they just are so easy to cut through the wire, and I'm going to make these rather short. I don't need all this long wire. A lot of times I hang on to the wire in order to use them on another project, or even on this project if there's something I need. These were originally $6.99, and it was a Christmas item, and I got it after the end of the season, and they were still, I believe at Michael's. It's a Ashland product. But again, a lot of these things I'd gotten a long time ago, so they've been in my stash, and I thought, well, it's time to use them because I've been wanting to do that. And I took down my Valentine decor, and I needed something else to go up. So it was time to work on getting something new to go on the door. But I'll work on these and then place things, and I'll bring it back. Another thing, I had some green jute string left over. You could use yarn, or you could just use brown jute, or whatever you want to use to wrap around here to give me a little something as I start to lay things in, that I don't necessarily have to glue it in until I'm ready. And it'll give me something to kind of temporarily stick the picks or the silk flowers or the glittery items, the feathers and whatnot. It'll give me a little something to hold that in place until I feel comfortable. I'm going to use old Christmas balls, plastic balls, things that will weather okay outside. The plastic beads I got from Dollar Tree probably. And as I start doing more videos, I'll be more intentional about trying to get my products, at least if they're new. But what you'll find is that I have been crafting for many, many years, and I have stockpiles of stuff, and save everything, and use items. I can't throw away anything hardly. It's kind of a running joke with my husband about all the things, and my children, our children, about what all I have. People look at it and it looks overwhelming, because I have so many things that I do craft with, and I can't throw away. Yesterday, you wouldn't believe, yesterday I had a crumble cookie box, and it has a lot of blank space for I thought crafting. I cut out a bunch of little die cut cards from a cookie box, and I was excited about it. I'm just going to probably need that tightened down a little bit more, but again, it's just going to help me temporarily hold things in place. And once I wire on the mask, or I probably will need to take it underneath the pipe cleaner. Again, this is all coming together as I work. I haven't got any idea as I'm starting to form it. It's going to be a work in progress. No previous thought process. I just looked in the box to see what I had, and then we're going to wing it. So I will, once I decide where I want everything to go, I will start to put things in with glue. I'm going to have to go see what other purple flowers I have, because all there were 3 of these left. I think I'm going to use one over here on the other side. Like I said about saving the wires for the things you might need to secure or something in your projects. In this case, I did not want to damage this mask, but it's very heavy. In order for it to sit the way I want it to, I'm going to, I can always peel the hot glue back off, so I'm going to hot glue a support and then be able to stick these into the styrofoam. And it's kind of an engineering project that you'll do to see what works. But I'm going to put at least 2, and I may have to put a 3rd one to brace it on the bottom. Again, those cut through these wires amazingly. And I'm going to make probably an L shape. Don't need it to be too big. And go in behind to support this. So I'll have something to keep it stable. And I'll work on that. But right now I think that's where I want it. I thought about putting it on the side, but I think I want it at the top. And I may end up having to go in up here and then at the bottom and just kind of make a brick, almost like a kickstand for anyway, I'm gonna have to make a longer piece, but right now that is what I'm thinking. There's something to keep that stable, I believe. And then I'll figure out on the bottom. It's really cool looking. I have these pieces that I picked up somewhere along the way. I'm gonna go ahead and cut those shorter. So I've just collected this stuff at the end of the season when it was marked 50% off or 75% off. That's when you go and you buy this kind of stuff. And load up on it if you have a project you think you want to do. You save a lot of money instead of going out and looking for it. I think I'm going to leave that like it is. And I'm going to twist the bottom so it'll give me a little more stabilization to have something to glue down on here. I want it to be really whimsical and lots of fun. Sorry, that's Bentley, my dog, our dog. He's noisy. We live on the lake, and it's been the first nice day in a long time, and he is having a heyday today. He's just free ranging. These were originally $2.99, and they were again Christmas items. And then I had some of these ornaments. I think these were from Big Lots, $6. Our Big Lots closed. I'm so sad. These look like they were peacock design, but they looked very Mardi Gras to me, so I got those a long time ago too. And our store's been closed probably about a year. They must have put them in the packaging when they're still wet. Or they got overheated. Well, we'll glue them down. We can repair those with a little glitter if we need to. We got that too. And then I had a bunch of fun little balls that I had gotten for actually a Halloween wreath that I did, but these are perfect colors for Mardi Gras, and they are lots of fun. So I'll work on these. I had found these also after Christmas. Nobody else, I think, thought that purple seemed like Christmas to them, so they went on sale. I'm using 9 of these picks is all I was able to find, and I'm just going to twirl the bottom so I have a little more, again, substantial area to glue on, and this one needs a repair. It's got a little piece that's coming apart, so we'll just glue that back on, let it dry. And then we'll start adding some of this. I'm going to use again my pipe cleaners and glue to keep everything secured and on. And again, we have so much wind at times that you can hear the wind that I was talking about. So my phone crashed while I was trying to video this. So I didn't get to finish the process, but it's staying intact and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I ended up having to cut some of the wires and take a pair of scissors and stick into the styrofoam to secure things, but everything is very secure. The mask, I ended up having to take a pipe cleaner and those pieces of thick wire because it was so heavy and it still tilted a little bit. But everything turned out really well, I think. And it's a lot of fun. And blingy, blingy, blingy. This is all just ribbon that I had. I love this Harlequin. But it turned out well, I think. It's fun.